Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box. Benny's worst nightmare. Game week 17 saw loads of changes in the Family Fantasy Football League, with most of the Premier League teams playing twice. And in game week 17, two managers went into the transfer market. One of them spending £5 million to play their one and only permitted wildcard tactical gambit, which allowed them to make multiple transfers in a single week. In this edition of Banter in the Box, we've got your game week 17 winners and losers. 4 winners, all picking up a manager of the season point, and 4 losers who are all losing a managers of the season point where they had them. We've got an update on Chairman's Chats and a manager of the season update. It was worth 2 manager of the season points. Did anyone get it right? So, your game week 17 winners, take a bow. Niall Ponsford, the big Boster Cogless manager. A couple of weeks ago, he told us all in a hilarious meme that he was going to start climbing the table. And he started to do it over the last couple of weeks. The biggest climbers in game week 17, up 4 places to 8th, which is the highest he's been since game week 7. Take a bow also. No effing rude names, Nikki Lee. She's not going away. She climbed another place this week, up to 6th in the table. You have to go back to the 1st of June 2004. Over 19 years ago, for the last time that Nikki Lee was as high as 6th in the Family Fantasy Football League. Take a bow also. I've Got a Life manager. Mops Hoxby continues to have an amazing season. Climbed another place to the top of the Family Fantasy Football League. Benny's worst nightmare if she wins it. You have to go back to the 26th of December 2019, just over 4 years ago, for the last time that Mops sat top of the Family Fantasy Football League. But the biggest game week 17 winner was a bit of a surprise. He may be 24th in the table and stayed 24th in the table, but debut manager Jordan Jenkins, Chicken Tikka Mo Salah, registered a second weekly win of the season. 2 weekly wins. Why is he 24th? 70 points in game week 17, which was a personal highest weekly total for Jordan. 1 manager of the season point to those 4. Your game week 17 losers, hide your head in shame for the second week running, at least the second week running. Masters of None, Jack Hoxby, the wheels have well and truly come off. Dropped another place, down to 15th in the bottom half of the table, and that is a season low for Jack. Also for the second week running, Gobi Desert Canoe Club manager Pops Hoxby fell a place, down to 20th in the Family Fantasy Football League. You have to go back to the 3rd of September 2021 for the last time Pops was as low as 20th in the table. Hide your head in shame also. Foxborough Foxes manager Charlotte Williams, she plummeted 3 places down to 19th in the league. She hasn't been that low in the Family Fantasy Football League since the 1st of June 2020. But the biggest game week 17 loser, haven't jot a clue, manager James Holmes. The biggest fallers in game week 17, down 4 places to 10th. That's the lowest he's been since game week 6, and he was the lowest scorers in game week 17, scoring just 8 points, where they had them 1 manager of the season point lost. Chairman's Chats. Now we have a date in the diary, the 9th of January. I'll be sitting down with the Creed Bratton Society's Mad Hatter to ask him your questions, the questions that you've always wanted to ask him but have been too afraid to. I will be putting those questions to the Mad Hatter on the 9th of January, so you don't have long to get your questions in. To get your questions in, you have to email me with the subject heading Chairman's Chats. The one and only one question that you want me to ask the Mad Hatter. I won't tell the Mad Hatter who posed the question. And at the end, he will have to choose which question was his favourite, and if he chooses yours, you will earn 5 Manager of the Season points. So 9th of Jan is the date. Get your questions in to me, please. Email, subject heading Chairman's Chats. If you send it to me in any other format other than email, I will likely lose it and not ask the question. It has to be an email, subject heading Chairman's Chats, to me with the one and only question you want me to ask the Mad Hatter. Who the fuck is that? It was a 2-point answer. 2 current family fantasy football league managers pictured there. 3 managers had a go this week. Ontario Grizzlies manager Neil Hatch never fails to have a guess at the who the fuck is that. He thought that it was a picture of yours truly, and Ostrich Bar Stewards manager Steve Maloney. Masters of None manager Jack Hoxby also thought it was a picture of me and Steve Maloney. And I've Got a Life manager Mops Hoxby also thought that it was a picture of me and Steve Maloney. Well, I can reveal it was indeed a picture of me and Steve Maloney. So 2 Manager of the Season points to Mops, Neil and Jack, which means the Manager of the Season table looks like this. This is the top half of the table anyway. Pops drops to 13th for being a Game Week 17 loser. Nicky Lee climbs to 12th for being a Game Week 17 winner. Niall Ponsford climbing to joint 10th for being a Game Week 17 winner. Jack Hoxby climbs to joint 7th. Lost a point for being a Game Week 17 loser, but then Game 2 for getting the who the fuck is that. Ontario Grizzlies manager Neil Hatch climbs to joint 4th for getting the who the fuck is that. And Mops Hoxby jumps up to 2nd for being got 1 point for being a Game Week 17 winner and 2 points for getting the who the fuck is that correct. But it's still Average Joe's manager Joe Hoxby leading the way, though the gap now is only 1 point. Your chance to get a Manager of the Season point this week is to tell me which current family fantasy football league manager is pictured there. And if you tell me the correct answer, you will earn a Manager of the Season point. Remember, only 1 guess per manager per week. That's it for this edition of Banter in the Box. I hope you all had fantastic Christmases, and I hope you all have a wonderful New Year. Until next week, goodbye.